ಅದೊಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the PPT is visible. Kiran TC.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Now the
Yes,
motion
sir, is
control
visible.
system. Sorry.
Visible, sir.
Yes,
It's visible.
visible. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Now the motion control system based on the type of machine. If it is a drilling machine, means how do you make a produce a hole on the workpiece here? The cutting tool moves here. Is a point-to-point positioning. It is point-to-point motion or positioning motion. Second one is if it is instead of that, if you go for end milling or turning operation, we want to move that. Sorry, here not a straight line. Sorry, here is make a correction. The point-to-point positioning is that is for drilling. The straight path, circular path, and curved linear path. Those are all good for milling and turning. Straight path means moves along a straight line. Curved part means for concave and convex shape. Okay, or if make a fillet, then it's a circular path. Curvilinear means both combination of straight and curved path. Okay, these are the two the motion control system. One is point to point or positioning system. Second one is continuous path. In the continuous path, it may be a straight line path, a circular path, or other curvilinear path. Yes, next slide is visible. Karthik. Karthik is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the name of the slide?
Absolute and incrementable positioning.
Incremental. Okay, thank you, ma'am. The absolute and incremental positioning. So I want to locate the coordinates of the workpiece with respect to horizon. Always you go for take bottom left corner is the horizon. Bottom left corner is the horizon. I think here is visible. Okay, right? If a coordinates points, okay, what is the location of the workpiece? Always you measure with respect to horizon. Then it is called as a absolute. This is a fixed point. Relative means suppose I want to locate this first point from the horizon, then locate second, I want to locate the second point. For second point, what I am referring here, the previous point I am referring that coordinate. Then it's called the relative coordinates. Next example I can give absolute and for incremental positioning. Suppose you are traveling from Bangalore to Chikbalapur or Bangalore to college. Yeah. So now from Bangalore to college from Chikbalapur around 60 kilometers are there, right? Then then you want to travel by a using a bike or car. When you to move towards the Chikbalapur, whatever the distance is reduces, right? The Chikbalapur it take as a rough, absolute point, fixed point. Each time you are referring here the kilometers, how much kilometers is the distance it is. Then each time you are referring the position of the vehicle with respect to a fixed point. That is called the absolute, right? Best example in one more example I can give in our college. The entrance is there. From the entrance, what is the admin block? Admin block, how much distance it is? For example, 50 meters. Again, academy IT block, from the entrance to IT block, it is around 100 meters. From academic block, civil block, electronics block, from the entrance it is 150 meter. Okay, mechanical block, from the entrance to mechanical block 250 meters. Each time I'm going to referring the position of the coordinates of the part or a place with respect to what? Fixed point. Then it is called as an absolute positioning system. Similarly, incremental means if I'm referring the admin block with respect to entrance 50 meter, then I'm going to, okay, 1 minute. Yeah, I'm going to referring the IT block with respect to admin block. Then it's called as a relative positioning system. Sorry, yeah, relative or incremental positional system. As the PPT is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, it's visible.
Thank you. So that is the difference between absolute and incremental coordinate, incremental positioning system. Right? Absolute means what is the work head? Means the cutting tool. Locations are always defined with respect to origin of the axis system. Usually we'll write the program with the help of this positioning only. In the incremental positioning, the work head means cutting tool. Position is defined relative to the previous location. So we'll not go for incremental, only we'll study the absolute positioning system. Yes, next slide is visible. Yes, someone has to give
Yes,
the
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
numerical control. Now after that, what we study only numerical control means the machine tool, the movement of the machine tool expressed in the form of program. The program contains a alphanumerical data, right? Now in the numerical machines, we have a three component. One is program, another one is MCU, third one is the processing unit or a machine. The machine MCU, if it is made up of okay hardwired controller, then it's called as a NC machine. If it is made up of microcomputer, okay, then it is called as a computerized numerical control, CSC. Computerized, actually it is not computer numerical control, computerized or computer numerical control machine, CNC machine. One more is a distributed numerical control, means only one server. For example, in our lab, CAD lab, only one server is there, server system is there, right? In our remaining systems also there, right? So the all the system, the whatever the software is controlled by main system. That is called the distributed numerical control. Okay, DNC will call as. That will not discuss here. Only will discuss the CNC and CNC. Now, why do you go for computerized numerical control? Means these are the three things. One is I want to go for make a varieties of program in NC machine. Whatever the program you are typed here on the tape or a punch or punch on the tape. It's a tape maybe a paper or it may be a what is called as a sheet. Okay, thin sheets, metal sheets. Okay, but in computerized and numerical control, the computer we use there, you can easily edit the program, you can easily store the program, right? For other purpose, we use the computerized numerical control machine. For the if you use a computer, again we need a software, right? Here we got a CNC software. First, you should know the what is the software here. Okay, in the software in general, we have three software. Suppose if you purchase a laptop or a desktop, okay, system, first we go for what do you install the software. What type of software you installed here? First one is OS, operating system software. That's the first main thing. After that, once you install operating system software, then we'll go for directly go for install the application software. Application software is maybe a Microsoft, or it may be a suppose a Solid Edge is application software, or ANSYS software is also application software. And here for CNC software, one is operating system software is required, application software is required. So I want to interact that the computer and the machine. For that, we use one more software is called as a machine interface software. So what it function? It is used to operate the communication link between the CPU and machine tool to accomplish CNC auxiliary functions. I think once you enter into the college, you can see in the design lab, okay, we have two machines. One is start turn machine, the lathe machine, another one is milling machine. Computer also there, equipment also there. In between, you can see the machine interface software or the unit, actually, you can see MCU unit also there. Okay. Okay, these three different softwares we use. One is the OS, operating system software. Second one is machine interface software. What is third one? Application software. The application software, it consists of NC part programs. that are written for machining or other applications in the user plan. Now we use the two application software. That is a CAD/M software. There's a main in that for different types of machine. We use the software. One is CNC uh, turn, another one is CNC mill. These two softwares are used to write the manual part program and then execute, then attach to that machine, and the same component you can manufacture with the help of that machine. Okay, we can demo also there at the end of, okay, before ending that the semester, we can also see the one demonstration on that on the CNC machine also. Okay, is any doubt? If someone has to give the response?
Nothing, sir. It's clear.
No doubt, sir.
No doubts. Now the next slide is NC part programming. Kushal,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
visible NC part programming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma. Now you can see that in the basic three elements are there in the NC numerical control machine. One is program, second one is machine control unit, and third one is processing equipment or machine. In that first, we concentrate only the programming. In the programming, that is the NC part programming. Again, what is my program is a set of operations are there, sequence operations are there that we can write in the step by step, that is sequencing operation. This it consists of planning and documenting the sequence of processing steps we performed on a NC machine. The set of the block by block will write the set of instruction. That set of instruction is called as a program. Okay, for a best example for a program, what we can do, we can give here. Suppose you have to instruct the your okay, suppose a function is going in your house, you go for instruct to your juniors, do this like this, right? That is called an instruction. That instruction you go first in the step by step, block by block, that is called as a program. Here also in NC part program, there is an in that NC part program, we have a four types of programming are there. One is manual part programming. By hand only we write the how the machine tool has to perform its operation. That is a manual part programming. Second one is computer assisted part programming. The computer will assist. Okay, the computer will help to how to write the program. Okay, third one, part program using CAD CAM means already we designed a component in Solid Edge or other modeling software. Then once you design that component, then just give the tool path to that machine. Just move the cutting tool over this contour. Then automatically the computer itself write the program, and then it will give the object also when you connect it to the machine. Then manually data means each time you're going to give a input. Best example for manual data input means each time once you insert a ATM card, it will interact, right? We'll go for give a input each time. That's called as a manual data input. Out of which we'll concentrate only the manual part programming, the set of instructions you are going to write here. And also if time permits, we'll go for write also the part programming using CAD CAM also. Okay, yeah, the next slide is visible. Manual part programming.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is visible,
Yeah.
sir.
Now we concentrate only manual part programming. In this, the programmer prepares the NC code using low level machine language. That what is the language contains, what is the program contain. The program is written by hand on a forum, which where we have to write the program for NC machine is punched on a tape or other storage media. Suppose if you use a computerized numerical machine, if you use a computer, then you go for use a computer, directly you can store that program or to edit that program. Where you go for write the program on using a computer and its software. Okay, the program is nothing but is a block by block listing of the machining instruction for the given job. The set of instruction, okay, in the block by block giving set of instruction, that is called as a program. How do you write the program? What is the format here? This is what you can see the table here, format like this. This is called as NC word format or address format. If you want to write the program, you should write in this code only. First block number shows n. N stands for sequence number or line number. First line, second line, third line, fourth line, like that. It is a line number. It stands for N01 to any number it is. It starts from N00 or sorry N01 to many numbers. After that, you can see second one is G. G stands for preparatory codes. Means it will prepare the cutting tool that has to move over the workpiece. G00, suppose if I give Z00 to G99, 100 G codes are there, preparatory codes are there. If I say Z00 means it will ready to move rapid traverse. But how much it has to move? That has to define the coordinates X, Y and Z. It means this is the workpiece, this is the horizon here. I want to move X coordinate this amount, Y coordinate this amount and Z coordinate this amount. That has to give here. Suppose if we give instead of Z00, Z01, linear traverse, linear interpolation. How much I want to move the linear interpolation? X10, Y10, Z0 suppose. That is the way how to give the write the program. After that, F stands for what? Feed rate. Feed rate means amount of material that has to remove for 1 minute or 1 revolution of the spindle revolution. S stands for spindle speed in RPM. Okay, T stands for tool number. So which tool I want to take here? For drilling bit, first I want to take drill bit. Then if you go for enlarged drill means a boring tool like the T01, T02, T03 like that. Tool. T stands for tool number. M stands for miscellaneous code. Miscellaneous code means that is related to machine. Machine means when the machine spindle on and off. Okay, coolant on and off, machine off and machine on, a program end, that we can see the miscellaneous code, that is M. And last one is EOB, end of block. In earlier we use EOB or semicolon or colon to end that line, to end that this line. Now for we use a computer program or we use a computer and its software, will not use this code EOB, end of block. Now this is a word format you should remember, then only you can write the step-by-step instruction. If you not remember this code or this format, you can't write the program. So the word format, the NC word format consists of N stands for sequence number, G stands for preparatory codes. It prepares the cutting tool over the workpiece. Now how much it has to move the cutting tool over the workpiece, that defined by a coordinate X, Y, Z. F stands for feed rate, S stands for spindle speed, T stands for tool number, and M stands for miscellaneous code, and EOB means end of the block. Right, now this is visible. Next slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so just enlarge it, check whether it is visible or not. Okay. Okay, leave it. If it is visible, no problem. The characters, alphabets from A to Z. How do you represent that? The second column shows address. The character ABC. How do we use ABC? Where we see that ABC word? Anyone can give the response? Kiran TC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where we see that ABC?
Yes. Sir, the coordinator
In coordinate system, NC coordinate system, ABC stands for rotational coordinate about X, Y and Z axis, right? So ABC
Yes, yes.
represent rotational axis about X, Y and Z direction. D and E will not use here. F stands for what? Feed rate. G stands for preparatory codes. Preparatory codes means it will prepare the cutting tool over the workpiece. It prepare. Okay, ready. The cutting tool is ready to move. It will wait for instruction. G codes varies from G00 to G99. 100 G codes are there. Again H, there is no address here. IJK, that shows if you have a circular path. So what is the center of the circular path with respect to horizon? And also we use for in incremental coordinates, there we use IJK. IJK stands for a distance of arc center parallel to X, Y and Z axis. Again, rarely we use these coordinates I, J, K. Next, L also will not use. M stands for miscellaneous codes. Then N stands for block number or sequence number. O stands for name of the program. For each time we are writing this, we will start from O, then followed by 4 digits. From 00301 means the first program. Okay, O 0001 stands for is the first program. O 0003 means the third program. Now, how do you give the name of the program? We always start with letter O. P also will not use, Q also will not use, R also will not use. S stands for spindle speed in RPM. T stands for what? Tool number. Again, U, V, W. These are the secondary motion coordinates with respect to X, Y, Z. These coordinates are used in incremental positioning, not absolute positioning. In incremental position, we use U, V, and W. X, Y, and Z we use for linear coordinate axis. Already we use the linear motion NC coordinate system. X, Y, and Z axis they use, okay, for linear coordinates. Rotational coordinates are A, B, C. Now these are the A to Z letters that will address, okay, what the letter, if you use the letters, these letters in while writing the program is that what will address here, what is function here. Okay, so next we have a G course. I think it is visible or invisible, I don't know. Someone has to tell.
Yes, sir, it's fine, sir.
Visible, sir.
Visible. Will I continue?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, thank you. So if possible, if I enlarge the slide. Yeah, G codes. G codes are nothing but preparatory functions. See that it is a preset function associated with the movement of machine axis and the associated geometry. Now this is a workpiece. This is a cutting tool. I want to move the workpiece over the cutting tool over the workpiece, or cutting tool is fixed. Then what is the work table that has to move over this? How do you move this one? How do you give the instruction? With the help of G codes. G codes are called as preparatory codes or preset codes. It has total 100 G codes are there. It starts from G00 to G99. But here we will not remember all 100 G codes. Only around 10 to 15 G codes you can remember. How do you remember G codes? See that one is, you can see here if possible, the motion generation. So it's a motion generation G codes. There are 3 G codes. So if you use G00, okay, what it stands for? Point to point positioning, or it is a rapid traverse. Rapid traverse means with the shortest distance. With the shortest distance, the cutting tool has to move from one place to another place. Suppose now this is a cutting tool. This is the horizon of the workpiece. Now this is the location. I want to move the cutting tool from here to here. Now if I give Z00, X10, Y10, with a shorter distance, it will come here. Okay, that is called as a rapid traverse. Or somewhere is here, I want to move the tool from G00 to X0, Y0, Z0. It will directly come. Within the shorter distance, it will come. That code is called G00. How do you represent? See here, G00, X0, Y0. Z will not represent here. If you want, you can also represent Z also. Next one, Z01 means linear interpolation or linear traverse. I want to move the cutting tool from one point to another point in the linear straight line path. Means suppose here I want to move the tool from origin to along x-axis 10 mm. Move the cutting tool only Z01, X10, Y value is 0. If I move the cutting tool only in y-axis, x0, y10. Again, to move the tool from x0, y10 means in y coordinates it will move. That is called as the linear interpolation or linear traverse. Z02, when a cutting tool has to move in circular interpolation, in what direction it is? Clockwise. Z02 circular interpolation in clockwise. Means if I want to move the cutting tool in clockwise direction, I think I don't know in which direction it is saying here. I think clockwise direction. This is a clockwise, right? Okay, clockwise direction. If I move the curved path in in a clockwise direction, then you use Z02. Similarly, Z03 stands for circular interpolation in anti-clockwise direction or counterclockwise direction. In the reverse direction it is. If you're cutting tool move in the curved path in counterclockwise like this. So these 4 G codes we use, that is only used for motion group. Okay. Next G04 dwell. Dwell means if you want to do the drilling operation, so once you produce a hole, directly will not remove it. We'll leave the tool, cutting tool in the rotating position in the place for a few seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, because it removes the chips and at the same time make a, if the surface is finished in a drilled hole, right? For that, we'll keep the cutting tool over some period of time. That is called a dwell. I think you have heard about this word, dwell, in kinematics of machine. The follower moves uniform velocity, then dwell, then uniform acceleration, again the dwell, right? In displacement diagram, in kinematics of machine, when you go for analyze the cams, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Karthik?
Yes, sir.
Karthik? Yes, that is a dwell.
Yes, sir.
The Z05 don't remember here. Even Z17 to Z19 don't remember here, but these coordinates are used for the active plane location. For example, if you are doing for end milling operation, usually the workpiece will hold here in which axis? One is X axis, another one is Y axis. In X and Y axis only the workpiece will hold. The cutting tool will move in Z direction, it will perform the operation, right? Apart from that, any other coordinates we require means then you go for change here. But again, we will not use these G code, G17 to G19. And one more important coordinate here, G20 and G21. G20 stands for input values are in inches. G21 stands for input values are in millimeter. For example, the dimension usually the work part means workpiece dimension we represent in inches means then I want to give the G20. Then machine will understand I want to move this amount of inches. Usually we'll go for metric unit in millimeter. Don't use the G20, G21 use whatever the input values are in millimeter. Means I want to move 10 mm from the horizon. 10 mm from the horizon means it understood, machine will understood. So 10 mm I want to move. That's the G21 we use. So one more code is here, G28. You can see here in the pencil I have written. G28 stands for move the cutting tool to home position or reference position. Usually the reference position is bottom left corner is the reference position. Okay, always is the home position of the workpiece. The tool has to do its function. It's somewhere here. I want to send the tool to home position. Then how do you send that? G28 X0 Y0 Z0. It automatically comes to home position, right? That is a G28 we use. Next, G40, G41, G42. Again, these two are very important for cutter radius composition. What is the cutter radius composition? You can see in the drilling or milling. See in drilling or milling, cutting point is at here. At the same time, the cutting point is also at the circumference of the cutting tool, right? It has a diameter, right? Each term, whether you write the program, each time you include the diameter or automatically the computer or the system will take that the diameter itself means automatically the software will take the offset of the radius. How it will take here? With the help of cutter radius composition. If you G40 we use cutter composition cancel or 0. G41 means cutter radius composition left side of workpiece. Now this is a workpiece. Okay, so I'm moving, this is a workpiece. I'm moving the cutting tool. Okay, yeah. Now this is a assumed here. This is a cutting tool. This is a workpiece. Now moving the cutting tool. This is the side milling. In what direction you are moving here? Always this is the left side of the workpiece, right? Then automatically the machine should take the what is the radius of the cutting tool is will take automatically offset. Then we use G41. Suppose if your cutting tool moves in right side of the workpiece, then you'll go for use G42. Okay, so little bit confusion is there. When you come to an offline classes, you can easily try to understand these three things, G40, G41 and 42. Again, next we'll not use G70, G71, already we use. Okay. Now one more G90. G90 stands for specify absolute input dimension. Sorry. Yeah, absolute input dimension. What is the absolute input dimension means? This is a workpiece is there. I want to specify the coordinates of the location of the workpiece with respect to where fixed point. Which is a fixed point here? Horizon here, right? Each location of the workpiece I want to measure with respect to horizon. That is called as absolute positioning system. That machine should understand. If you give G90, if you not give G90, if you give G91, G91 is not there here, it's missed here. If you use G91 means it is an incremental positioning system. Means the first position, second position is there. First position I can represent with respect to origin. Second position with respect to what? For first position if you refer means that is an incremental positioning system. But you will not write the incremental positioning system. Always you go for absolute positioning system means the coordinates of the location of the workpiece will represent always with respect to horizon. Okay. Next, G94 stands for feed rate per minute. That is when we use here, if you use for inches, G20 if you use, then you go for use this one, not G70 here, G20. G95 is feed rate per revolution, that is used for metric units when you use G21. For example, if you use for turning operation, and another one is milling and drilling operation. For milling and drilling operation, generally we use G94 means per minute how much the amount of metal it removes. That is G94 use. For turning operation, for lathe operation, we use G95 means feed rate per revolution. For one revolution, how much amount of metal it removes. That shows the feed rate. We use G94 and G95. G94 used in milling and drilling operation. G95 used in turning operation. Next, G96, 97 again will not use here. One more G80 and G81 to 89. These are calendar cycles. Calendar cycles are nothing but whenever the event occurred repeatedly. The cycle means when you say cycle means the event occurred repeatedly. That is called a cycle. For drilling operation, you go for produce a hole on the 4 location, for example. Then again go for boring it, then reaming it. The location coordinates are same, right? The coordinates are repeating for each operation. Then you go for use a cycle. That will explain in later. These are the G codes. And last topic in this session is another one is miscellaneous code. Miscellaneous codes are related to missionaries or auxiliary codes. Now these functions operate some controls on the machine tools and thus affects in the running of the machine. Suppose if I want to stop the machine when it is under working condition, okay, I want to stop the machine or stop the program, then we go for use M00, program stop. Okay, the only program stop. M01 stands for, again the M codes are from M00 to M30 and other 4 M codes are there. M01 optional program or stop or emergency stop. Suppose if you are already worked in computerized UTM, right? Computerized UTM, Universal Testing Machine, right? Yes. Kushal. Kushal is there? Kushal. Kiraniam.
Sir.
Yeah, Kiraniam. In CNC, in computerized UTM, you can see that in the UTM below that, you can see the one red color button is there, right? Have you seen the red color button?
Emergency stop.
Yeah, emergency stop. So whenever sudden accident will occur, the operator has to immediately they want to stop that machine. How to stop the machine? It that is the emergency stop button is there, or in the program you can see M01. That's the emergency stop. M02 means is the end of program. This M02 and M00 are mutually sometimes it changes here. Okay, you will not use M00 also M02. We'll use M31, last one M30. You can see that program stop at the end of the once it finished the operation, again restart the program or restart the tape, rewind the tape. Next, M03. M03 stands for the spindle, a cutting tool, rotate in clockwise direction. So this axis means clockwise direction. See the right hand thumb rule. Thumb shows the length and fingers curled here. That shows the direction. The spindle rotates in clockwise direction. M03. M04 means the spindle rotates in counterclockwise direction. M05, the spindle stop. If you want to stop the spindle, then you go for use M05. If you go for change the tool, M06 you can use. Suppose first I want to do the drilling operation, producing a hole with the help of drill bit. Then I want to go for boring, okay, or enlarging the hole. Then boring tool I want to use. Then I will go for change the tool M06 T02, for example. First M06 T01 we use. Then I want to change the drill bit to the boring tool means M06 T02. Okay, coolant on, coolant off will not use here for because you are writing the manual part program in the software. Directly we use M30. M30 stands for program stop at the end of the tape or rewind the tape. And one more, six M codes are used from start from M70 to M80, M70, M71, M80, M81. Those are called as a mirroring codes. Mirror about X axis, Y axis, positive X and Y axis, negative X and Y axis. Later we'll come to that one. Then M98 and M99 called subprogram call and subprogram end. Now these are the M codes are used. Okay. Now this completes the introduction about the computer integrated manufacturing lab. From next week, next class onwards, directly we'll write the part program, manual part program. We use only 3 machine. One is milling and drilling. There's a one part, okay, and turning program on another part. In your syllabus also, manual part program on milling and drilling. There's a part A. Manual part program on turning machine. Then third part is there, that is only for demonstration. Okay, that will not come in the examination, only these two. Okay, clear? Yes, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Still, if we have 2 minutes time. Yes. So today we discussed the, yes.
Sir, G codes and M coded functions are same for turning and milling operations, sir.
No. Yeah, for G codes, M codes are same. For it may be a turning or it may be milling and drilling. But G codes up to 80% same. Some codes are changed, man. All G codes, okay, G codes are there. So for turning and milling up to 80% same. For motion group is same. Okay, dwell also same. Positioning also same. Only what changes here, the dimensioning, some other feed rates, the G codes are different are there. For milling is different, for turning is different. Yes. Any other doubts? Yes, today we discussed about the first one is introduction about mechanical engineering. Next, what do you mean by manufacturing? Then computer integrated manufacturing, then automation. Then why do you go for automation? Types of automation. Then in that is a programmable automation we are going to study here. That is a numerical controlled machines. Then what it consists of 3 basic things. One is program, another one is machine control unit, third one is processing equipment. If only machine control unit is a hardware code means is an NC machine. Instead of hard code wire, if you use a microcomputer or a computer, then it's called as a computerized numerical controlled machine. Then what are the coordinates we use? Depend upon the type of workpiece it handle. If it is a rectangular shape, then it's a flat or prismatic work part. If it is a cylindrical one, is a rotational part, right? Then absolute and incremental positioning system. Then we discuss computer numerical control and then what it is. Then what are the softwares we use. Then what are the different programmings are part programming the part programs are there, out of which manual part program we are discussing here. Then what is the block format we use here. Then what is the word address here, alphanumerical data, alphabetic what it addresses. Then what are G codes and M codes. Any doubts? Yes, if any doubt you can ask me. 1 minute time is there. If you know doubts, then I can conclude here. Thank you for watching this lecture video, and I also will update in YouTube. Then I'll I'll share the YouTube link to the WhatsApp group. Okay.